Whoa. Okay, so I'm definitely not in my car, as you can tell. I'm just chilling. I'm actually waiting for my delivery order. I decided to, you know what, let me order in tonight. I feel like let's do it. Let's just do it. So, anyway, I wanted to kind of discuss a specific topic and a specific thing that I did mention in a comment a while ago. Somebody asked me how did I get started with my side hustle, and if how do you start kind of monetizing or just getting your foot into the door. And by no means I am some sort of like well established in my side hustle. I'm definitely not. There's still a long way to go, but I understand that sometimes it's really nice to have someone, giving some real advice. Like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't have a course that I'm trying to pitch to you and you go ahead and buy it. No, this is literally just me explaining to you how I did it so far and how you can start doing it if you want to as well. The first thing is really like understanding what your passion is. I know that's quite a big topic in itself. It's not easy to kind of discover a passion. It took me a long time. I'd only say maybe the last 2 years where I realized that my passion is really just, I'd say, making content. I've always, even as a kid, I've always liked the idea of filming. I liked editing videos. I did start when I was like about 10 or 11. I used to use Windows Movie Maker and just make random videos for my family to watch. But it's just me like kind of drawing back from my kind of childhood and from just early on what I liked from day one, you could say. And I wanted to kind of, because I like it, I like doing the work. It becomes easier to do the work, and it doesn't mean that I have to like, I'm not bored or I don't get, I'm not like, oh, I've got to do this to make some money. No, I enjoy it, so it comes naturally. So the number one thing is definitely find something that you naturally enjoy to do. Um, Obviously, I can tell you loads of things, but it's very dependent on the person. So if you're someone that really likes, let's say, painting, maybe get into painting. But no, it can be anything. Like, I know people that have side hustles in literally just starting a completely new business. In My friend's doing one in um, therapy. Like, he's a part-time, well, he's becoming a full-time therapist, but like he wants to make his own business, so he's going into that. So it's just finding that one thing that you really enjoy and that you're really passionate about. Sometimes it's a lot about reflection, looking back, asking yourself, this is what do I really enjoy, having trial and error, you know. But yeah, that's the number one thing. Number two thing, everything else now I'm going to mention is all practical, and you can start doing now. Um, so at the moment, let me just give you a quick little brief on me. I I edit videos for other people, and I also make some thumbnails, and I also film. Um, so in my main channel, I'll do like a day in the life of a YouTube filmer, in a couple of weeks time. I'll be filming that video tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited. But in terms of editing, it takes a lot of time, and then I obviously have to edit for myself, so that also takes a lot of time. So in terms of editing videos, I can't edit for many people because it's so time consuming. I've also got my full-time job and stuff, so yeah, there's a cap on that. In terms of thumbnails, it's not too hard for me to do, um, but obviously there is a cap as on that as well. But I can do a lot more on that. And in terms of filming, yeah, I have to like go across locations, edit, blah blah blah, and that also takes time. So first of all, I decided to start with thumbnails because it was easier. It was didn't really require much. And what I did was I went off Fiverr.com. You've probably heard of this website. I think it's also called Upwork, or maybe it's a different website, but essentially you just post like a gig or an advert of your skill and you monetize it. But I kid you not, I got zero responses. No one wanted to hire me because probably my marketing was really bad. I didn't really know how to properly sell myself. I didn't really have many experience apart from making my own thumbnails, so that was a big L. So I went to method two, and this one requires a lot of patience and perseverance. And that method was basically I made loads of emails, so I made like a template, and I literally cold emailed literally hundreds of people from YouTube. So, small to medium channels. I looked, on the description, you got emails. You just send them an email saying, "Listen, I like your content. I usually it's people that I started watching, which I first reached out to. And then I said, I'll give you an offer where you have to always add value to the person. So I always said, I'll make a completely free thumbnail which you can use, and if you really like that, then we can start working together on a regular basis. But the first one's on me, completely free. Yes, it did take a couple of hours of my week, but you know what? I don't have any experience. It's the best way to go about it. So that's what I did. I got about from about 100 people. I think I got three responses. Two were a yes, and one was a maybe. The first one was a yes, and then I sent him my thumbnail. He really liked it. We worked on a couple projects. I had him as a client for about a couple months, I'd say, probably about 3 months. And then, yeah, also in terms of payment, I really undercut the market just because I didn't have any experience. So I charged him so much less than people on Fiverr would do. And that's what kind of made them attractive in terms of coming to me. Um, and then the other guy, he also I actually used to listen to his podcast a lot, so I reached out to him, and I didn't really hear back from him for a good few months. Then he came back, and yeah, we are now, even to this day, we're still working together really closely. Um, but the first guy, he didn't end up continuing it because like he didn't really want to pay the amount of money, and which is fair enough. Like, if you don't want to pay it, then I mean, I can't really do much about that. But I wasn't willing to go too low because it does take a lot of my time. So I had like a limit, went to it, and that was that. Sorry, I'm just looking at my delivery order. Anyway, my next one was, yeah, editing. Editing, like I said, I've only got a limit. I have to put myself first. My channel comes first, so I do edit for myself. But then I can only take one more person realistically. So the guy that I still make thumbnails for, I still edit for him. We're really close. We're on like a WhatsApp basis, um, and that goes really well. Like it started off with just normal thumbnails. I've been working with him for just over a year now. We've moved to editing for the last, I'd probably say, 6 to 8 months. And yeah, I mean, I edit for him like pretty much all his videos. And I still undercut the market, but it's all about the experience at this stage, to be honest. Until I can really showcase to other people that this is what I can do. Are you happy to work with me? Yes or no? I also did the same thing with local kind of businesses in my area, small businesses. So I made like some free promo marketing videos for them, and um, this was like for like charities. Then eventually I made a video for a bank, and now actually that guy who I made a video for a couple months, no, a year ago now, he just called me back and he was like, I've got another, gig for you. Do you wanna do it? So I'll be working with him in a couple of weeks, and basically I'm just going to be using that it's filming as well as editing. And then filming. I wasn't really a filmer, but I really wanted to be, but there's no one nearby that I knew in an area. And the craziest thing happened was um, my close friend now, he he was someone that I used to watch on YouTube when I was younger, even a couple of years ago, maybe 4 years ago when I was in school. I even watched some of his videos this year and last year. 2022. And basically, I went to a party, um, my friend's birthday last summer, and he opened the door, and I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, I know this guy. I would literally watch his videos. And yeah, and it was all about networking at that point. Obviously, I was really interested in his work. I really, admired him, and I also explained that I'm a YouTube filmer and stuff, and or I edit videos and stuff. So we kind of made a good quick kind of bond over YouTube. And yeah, I guess you could say that's luck, but luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So if you're never prepared to take that chance, whenever you get it, then it can go the wrong way. Or basically, what I'm trying to say is to make the best out of things, just keep pushing, and eventually you will get a lucky moment, but you need to be prepared to take it. And I'd learned how to network with people. So when the opportunity came, I was really happy, and now we're really good friends. I'm actually going to see him tomorrow and film for him. But yeah, in terms of filming, I don't really do it often because it takes a lot of time. Sorry, guys. I was going to sneeze there. But that's me, and that's a quick little background. I know it took a long time, but what I'm trying to say is, if you want to do it, then it's all about just personally. It is you need to look at yourself and be like, if you've got no experience or no exposure to this market, you have to be like, listen, I'm going to undercut this here. I'm going to undercut the market here. I'm going to go cheap. Oh, when I mean by undercut, by the way, I just mean go cheap than the actual market average. So if let's say people are paying um, $10 or £10 for one thumbnail, I would do it for £3, like that, right? And I'd literally do the same quality as those people. Yes, you are getting underpaid here, true, but if you've got zero experience and exposure, then it's a good way to kind of step into the door, and then you can start. Once you gain the experience, and you can start going up in price, and that's basically the kind of strategy I've been taking. Maybe it's I mean, it's definitely a long strategy, but I feel like it's helpful because you're trying to add value to the person in the end. It's all about giving value. Um, if you're focused on getting money, then it will actually be counterproductive, to be honest. If you start thinking about how do I provide the best service for this person and bring value to them, then money will be the byproduct. Um, but yeah, my advice is really just go out there, cold emails, spam a lot of them. Well, not spam, okay. Honestly, watch people's videos, or I don't know what you want to get into, but like try and show people that you can add some value here. If you have to go free for the first one, then go free and build relationships with people, and then you can it starts snowballing afterwards. But I hope that helps. Happy to do like a follow-up video to this, or happy to also explain a bit more specifics. It's really hard to fit it all in just a 10-15 minute video, but essentially it's just about perseverance, knowing what you're good at and what you want to develop. And that's another thing. Even though I like editing videos, I'm still learning so much. So I'm still like trying to improve every single step of the way. Like the equipment, like this microphone was my recent purchase. I'd bought this just with the money that I've gotten from editing. Like I've not actually used my own money because my strategy is that whatever I make from my side hobby, I just completely reinvest it, 100% of it, back into the side hobby, basically. So whether that be buying new equipment like microphones, like a camera, like editing softwares, whatever it is that that will still bring more value to your clients and to your customers. That's what you should do, because then you start getting better and better and better, and then you can start reinvesting, well, more and more. But then you're like, the amount of money you can attract then becomes slightly bigger, if that makes sense. So it's just about like giving back to actually get, if that makes sense. Um, but no, hopefully that helps. If you have any specific questions in the comments, let me know. More than happy to answer them. But no, take care. I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.